Hey guys, welcome to the 2018 SEMA Show here at the Las Vegas Convention Center. I'm Nick Miles.
And I'm Mike Caudill. We are going to take you behind the scenes of the world's largest aftermarket auto show.
160,000 people will pass through this door. Let's find out some of the things you'll see.
The SEMA Show is the world's largest automotive aftermarket auto show in the world, bar none. There are more than 162,000 people that will come through the doors here at the Las Vegas Convention Center. More than $1 billion of cars here on the show floor. Everything that you could possibly imagine, Nick, here in Las Vegas.
If you've never been to SEMA, we're going to give you a picture of what you can expect. Some vehicles lifted so high, I can actually physically walk underneath of them. Some colors that you think may have been painted by people who are colorblind. And some aftermarket equipment that you won't believe. Now, Toyota always makes SEMA a huge part of their yearly presence. And every year, they have something mouth-dropping. Toyota have married three really cool things in the world. Pizza, hydrogen, and of course, Toyota vehicles at SEMA. Ed Laukas is with us. You're a vice president here at Toyota. What did you bring to SEMA?
Well, you're talking about pizza already, so let's talk about a Tundra that we partnered with Pizza Hut, and we also used a Mirai hydrogen fuel cell to actually power this. And we got a Tundra that can cook a pizza and then deliver it to your house while it's making it.
This sounds like the most earth-friendly pizza I have ever eaten. Does it taste any different?
It tastes exactly perfect, like a perfect Pizza Hut pizza. I personally think that the frozen pizza business should be shaking in their boots right now because this could change the whole dynamic of how you get pizza.
This Tundra, hydrogen powered, but you have another vehicle which is, let's say, a little bit more movie-esque on the show.
Yeah, so we have a good friend with Kevin Costner, so we helped him build a Tundra that he actually uses on his ranch and loves the thing, so we have that here too. We're happy to have a relationship with him. He's really a good guy and a good friend of Toyota.
The final product is here, Mike.
It looks amazing.
All right, let's taste it. This is robotic-made pizza from a hydrogen Tundra.
Now do I get to taste it too? No.
All
All right, so Nick just took his little bite right there, but what the best part about SEMA is it's not just about the things that you can do with the vehicles like the pizza oven, but it's also about the aftermarket things you can do under the hood. So what's next? There's only one thing to talk about. We're going to go take a look at what the Elephant has got going over there in the Mopar booth. Dodge has been on the roll the last few years launching muscle cars. The interesting part is that none of them were new model lines as the brand has upped its game mainly on the two-door Challenger platform. They launched the Dodge 1320 Scat Pack earlier this year, so for SEMA, Dodge went big for the aftermarket builder. The person who wants to drop a monstrous motor into a special edition project vehicle. Enter the 1,000 horsepower Mopar Hemi-powered Elephant crate motor. And what better vehicle to showcase the all-new Elephant motor than in this vehicle right here? What is it? It's a 1968 Dodge Supercharger. This crate motor packs 426 cubic inches and is supercharged right out of the crate with 950 foot-pounds of torque.
Hottest things in the auctions today are 68 Chargers, 70 Challengers, people putting in the biggest horsepower they can because they can afford to do it. Dodge is America's performance brand. We're about horsepower. We are about safety as well, but we're going to keep pulling horsepower out there, and thanks to Mopar for doing this great engine, because I think it's going to make a lot of Dodge customers happy.
So what vehicles can you fit the Elephant in? Well, you better have a big engine bay. It's been designed for installation on pre-1976 street and off-road vehicles. For the first time ever at an auto show, I am shorter than Nick Miles.
I am a little taller than you, and this is the way it should be. Mike, what do you think of the color of this vehicle?
This is nacho, as in nacho cheese. Makes me kind of hungry.
8% of American men are colorblind, and I'm convinced every single one of them is at SEMA. We've been taking a look at some of the horrendous colors of cars. Some of the cars hurt to look at, but maybe that's the point. So what was not hot at this year's show? A lot of bright colors, purple to orange. Just plain paint is definitely not the majority of cars at this year's show. Lots of colorful wraps. It's an inexpensive way to create your vehicle to stand out. a combination of designs and colors applied to a hydrocarbon sheet and molded onto your creation. You can wrap a vehicle from between $1,500 to $15,000. The great thing about wraps is you can change the vehicle color and design whenever you want to, and use the vehicle space to make sure your company and logo gets seen. One continuing trend is patina, taking a car that's worn and even rusted out and polishing it down without painting it. Although many of these cars are made to look menacing and sinister with dark or industrial colors, a few people made their cars so bright and complicated that it was painful to look at. The vehicles that made the best impression were the traditional and the simple. Original colors or blacked out to project menacing.
Coming up, we show you a 4,000 horsepower car and new turbos to give your car a boost. And we go on the track with Kia. That's right, Kia. Stay with us.
You're watching SEMA on Fox Sports.
You're watching SEMA on Fox Sports.
Welcome back to our coverage of SEMA on Fox Sports. I'm Nick Miles.
And I'm Mike Caudill. You know, Nick, the best part about the auto industry is the automakers themselves have figured out, hey, I want to be involved in the automotive aftermarket game. So they've gone with superchargers and turbochargers and all kinds of racing packages. Great stuff for the consumer to hit the track.
At the Kia booth, we actually have a new Red Bull Forte that Kia is showing. Also, a Stinger, which was specially made for the Australian police. The Stinger was a game changer for Kia and was just one of the vehicles on display at the 2018 SEMA Show in Las Vegas. But there was an element of sophistication and fashion on the floor in the form of the brand new 3-row SUV called the Telluride. I'm not sure how a car wash would fare with these leather-wrapped side mirrors or very trendy strap and buckle hood tie-down, along with what is the most exquisite interior ever seen on a Kia. It's hard to take your eyes off of the widened 2019 Kia Forte Special Edition on the floor. Angled lines, huge rear spoiler, and the livery of the Red Bull company. This monster looked like a driver experience would be helmet on only.
If you were to look at what the news we're making here at SEMA, it's the fact that we have the new Forte GT, which is a 200 horsepower, independent suspension, great brakes, manual gearbox that's going to be available for sale, coming from the factory.
The inside story was only part of what Kia had to offer. Between two halls at SEMA was a giant track, designed and fashioned to give an experience of what Kias can really do. If Kia is showing how a Stinger will be made in the future, it might get a deposit from me. Showgoers could also experience rides in the new Telluride, giving them a taste of what's coming to market next year. If all that wasn't enough, on the inside, Kia was showing off a K900 and Stinger customized by Dub, which was built to the exacting standards and style of today's NBA All-Stars. Mike, do you think your car sounds better the more horsepower you have?
There is absolutely no question. The more horsepower, the better it sounds. And it got me thinking, Nick, what is horsepower? I bet you don't know.
I do know what horsepower is.
No.
I'm a science major, and horsepower is a kilogram of weight pulled up a well on a pulley system by a horse.
You're right.
All right, let me try you with a question.
Okay, hit me.
How many horsepower does Usain Bolt have?
How many horsepower does Usain Bolt have? 3.
He does when he runs flat out. You're
3
absolutely
horsepower.
right.
So we set out on the floor to find the vehicle that has the most horsepower, at least what we believe is the most horsepower here on the floor. And it might be this vehicle over my shoulder, 4,000 horsepower, and it was made by the guys over at Garrett. Achieving 4,000 horsepower is no easy task, and Garrett used SEMA to show off this 1972 Chevy Nova, built with 2 turbochargers that screams down an 1/8 of a mile drag strip in 4.9 seconds.
We've launched a new series which are designed specifically for performance and racing. Stainless steel material for the housing, that is high temperature material that are capable of handling more than 1,050 degrees, while keeping what really makes Garrett a difference, that is the reliability, the safety of the turbo.
But for Garrett, SEMA 2018 was all about showcasing the products they also make for normal street cars. Enter the G42 series. These turbos are all about delivering performance and built for the road and track in mind. What makes the G42 special is that it comes with an all-new compressor and turbine arrow that provides for greater performance.
One of the things you have to put on your concept vehicles is cool wheels and tires. I know I like them, but I don't know a lot about them.
Well, I do know a lot about them, so I spent some time here at the convention center looking at the best wheels and tires. Raceline has been a leader in developing the most extreme hardcore off-road wheels used in racing series like the Baja 1000 to the King of Hammers. Their off-road wheels are forged or cast, and this year they debuted the industry's first ever double beadlock wheel for full-size vehicles. Did you know they make street wheels as well?
2018, we've got 7 new styles. We make those from 17-inch all the way up to 28, built for classic cars, lowered trucks, your mini truck series.
Coming up, the latest lifts for Jeeps. Plus, we talk to SEMA celebs, Jesse James, and the Diesel Brothers. It all comes to you as Fox Sports brings you the SEMA Show.
You're watching SEMA and Fox Sports.
One of the products we found is kind of interesting here at SEMA. That is in the Linex booth. The rumor is that Jesse James and the Diesel Brothers are both going to be in here.
And that's right, Nick. Linex celebrating 25 years. You're actually sitting on Jesse James's truck. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go find him.
All right. See you, Mike.
Linex is celebrating its 25th anniversary as the industry pioneer and leader in spray-in truck bedliners.
All right, we're here at the Linex booth at the SEMA Show, and as you can see, there's a lot of people waiting to see Jesse James and the Diesel Brothers. Jesse James, tell me about this truck that you built and why you chose this model.
Well, Linex wanted a 93 because that's the year they started, so I was like, perfect. We'll do a first-gen Cummins W350 manual shift dually, like a real man's work truck, but then keep some nicks and scratches on the original paint, but show how good Linex can make an older truck look.
Tell me about this welder.
Actually, I started the welder like 2 years ago, and then as soon as this project came about, I'm like, oh, perfect.
Does it work? It doesn't work.
It works. Nah. Check it out. Look. Prime a little bit.
There you go. Awesome.
Hey guys, well, I have caught up with the guys that I aspire to be like, the Diesel Brothers. All right, let's talk about these trucks. You really give them away.
We started the truck giveaways in 2013, and till the date now, we've given away over 100.
Linex is on this vehicle. You make a lot of your own parts. You do a lot of getting grease under your fingernails to make these trucks awesome. Why choose Linex?
We can build trucks, right? But we're not smart enough to build anything that can protect the truck as well as Linex does. The product is consistent, and if you've seen what we do, we are not easy on vehicles. We beat the crap out of our trucks, and so we need something that holds up.
Keep watching the Diesel Brothers, because one day, and I don't know if they'll ever let it go, but this truck may be given away. You can just keep your fingers crossed.
The person that tied it all together, this man right here, Dennis Weiss, the president of Linex. What does it mean to have 2 celebrity builds in the booth this year?
Oh, it's super special for us. We couldn't think of 2 better folks to come out and commemorate our 25th anniversary, and really just to showcase the evolution of the brand.
I'm pretty convinced after walking around the floor at SEMA that they are anti-short people. Look at this. I'm underneath this massive truck, and I could just walk clearly underneath the truck. Mike, how tall are you?
6'4", baby.
6'4". Mike's actually exactly a foot taller than I am, and he can still clearly get underneath the truck. We've been walking around SEMA to find out how little guys get in and out of some of these massive vehicles. Just look at the lifts on some of these trucks. Where there is a lifted truck, there also has to be a way to get in. SEMA has lots of examples of step choices. Running boards are flat, wide boards that run the length of the truck's cab. Nerf bars were originally used to protect the sides and undercarriage of a truck from debris encountered off-road. These bars have gained popularity as steps. Side steps are a great approach for people who just want a simple step into or out of their truck. So clearly, SEMA are the anti-little guys. Hey Mike, do you know when I'm not short?
No.
When I'm sitting in a Jeep Wrangler on top of a giant rock.
Well, the unfortunate part is I'm still taller than you, standing on top of the rock. But hey, if you want to customize your vehicle, I wanted to take a stop over here at the Truck Hero booth to see what they've got going on here at the SEMA Show. Let's face it, outside of lifted trucks, Jeeps are the name of the game here at SEMA. Just about every other booth is showcasing a Jeep, and that's because it's a vehicle that can be modified or upfitted for any terrain. Rugged Ridge by Truck Hero has one of the most complete ranges of Jeep accessories, from winches to all new tube doors they launched here at SEMA. What makes parent company Truck Hero unique is that it ties all of its brands in together. This Jeep has both Rugged Ridge products, but is also showcasing the ultimate off-road suspension by Superlift called Black Diamond.
Superlift is premiering their Black Diamond high-performance suspension series. They've incorporated long travel control arms and king shocks. They basically outfit you so that you could attack any terrain and come through it without a lot of damage.
If functionality off the trail with your pickup truck is what you are looking for, ARE was at the SEMA Show debuting the industry's first ever bed cover that retracts or lifts for quick bed access. Appropriately called the ARE double cover, truck owners now have more flexibility when hauling big items or protecting smaller gear. Truxedo truck bed covers also had the debut of its new Century series.
The Century CT from Truxedo is their newest hard roll-up truck bed cover. It's got a tight woven fabric over a hard substrate. It's a low-profile truck bed cover. It's great looking, very easy to use, and we're really excited about what Truxedo is debuting this year at SEMA.
SEMA's not just about super cool cars, it's also about showcasing vehicles that have purpose. Coming up next on Fox Sports, more Jeeps and a vehicle built to save lives.
You're watching SEMA on Fox Sports.
You're watching SEMA on Fox Sports.
I'm Nick Miles. Welcome back to Fox Sports coverage of the 2018 SEMA Show here from Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, Jeeps are one of the most customized vehicles anywhere in the world. And I'd like Mike to tell you more about that, but I seem to have lost him.
Nick! Over here, Nick. Hey, who said you can't conquer any mountain in a Jeep? Well, in this case, it's on the back of a transporter here at the SEMA Show, but I wanted to get a closer look of what Jeep has to offer. The all-new Jeepster was an instant favorite at SEMA. Although its namesake dates back to the late 1940s, it's a cool cross between a modern Jeep JK and, dare I say it, a Ford Bronco.
This is a lot of production parts we have available in terms of our 2-inch lift kit, but then we went a little bit extreme. We chopped the roof by 2 inches, laid the windshield back, give it a real sleek look.
But if you want the big news from Jeep, it's with the Nacho Jeep. Based on a Jeep Rubicon, its exterior has an aggressive hood, fender flares, roll cage, tube doors, 37-inch tires with beadlock wheels, and a ton more. All right, I scoured the floor looking for the ultimate Jeep here at the SEMA Show, and I think I found it. I think it's this one right here. It's in the My Top booth. It's an electronically controlled soft top. Tell me a little bit about what makes this one of the best vehicles at the show.
Well, having the 6.4 Hemi in it with a supercharger on it, we had to put the big housings front and rear. Dynatrac hooked us up. ARB air lockers. Got to have big stuff for big power.
As an off-road enthusiast, I can't help but love the Jeep brand, Nick, but what say you?
I say we've jumped into the back of a brand new Ram 1500 because trucks are all the rage here at SEMA.
And that's right, the truck industry as a whole continues to be the largest growing segment in the automotive industry.
Now, Ram have produced 2 new concepts for this year's SEMA. On the floor here is a brand new lowrider and something they have also based off of their Rebel. This is the first year of sales for the new Ram 1500 and the new 1500 Rebel, and the Mopar team pulled from its palette of more than 200 parts and accessories that are already on sale, along with some concept parts to reinforce the already off-road capable personality.
Such an opportunity to customize these with Mopar parts. So we've lifted it, bigger wheels, bigger tires. We added a ram bar, a concept. We added a concept hood. It's all about more.
It has black Mopar running boards and grey metallic skid plates. Lowriders have always been a big part of the SEMA Show, and in keeping with that theme, Ram also built a 1500 Bighorn lowrider concept. The concept features a brass felt custom color palette mixed with gloss black. The truck has been dropped 2 inches, and this truck has a conceptual wheel flare, which has been painted to match the billet silver lower body. So our show is drawing to a close, but before we go, we want to show you something that Mike and I are very passionate about.
It's not often we get a chance to take some passion that we have for cars and apply it to something that has more of a philanthropy tied to it. And in this case, it's the vehicle behind us. It's the Pause One vehicle here in the Nissan booth, where we are going to go directly into the heart of hurricanes and look to save animals. We wanted to provide it with tires and wheels that make sense, so we went with Nexen tires on this vehicle and a 6-inch rough country lift.
Wheelcraft actually did the wheels. They're sick rims. We also had Hard Notch Customs build the front and rear bumpers, and those bumpers are able to protect the vehicle from absolutely anything.
We need to have a winch, so we went to Smitty Built that has a 12,000-pound winch on the front of this Nissan Titan XD.
Now, Hard Notch Customs also built the bed and the roof racks in this vehicle.
To round out the interior of this vehicle, you've got cat skin seats.
In the back bed slide, put in a bed slider which has cages on it, and Mossy Nissan did the lighting system for us.
That's it, Nick. It's time for rapid fire to close it out here at the SEMA Show. Tell me, man, what did you love?
I was pretty impressed by the fact that Toyota took a Tundra, they put a Mirai hydrogen engine in it, and then they used robotics and used pizza technology from Pizza Hut to be able to create a pizza. The thing of cars of the future, arriving at your house, the pizza's being baked on the way and served when it gets to your door.
Yeah,
yum,
I agree.
Yum.
But it's very hard as a car purist not to go, man, that elephant motor at 1,000 horsepower with 950 foot-pounds of torque, that's what SEMA's all about.
SEMA's about everything you want your vehicle to be. I give you the opportunity to follow us on social media throughout the year at OurAutoExpert.com.
We've enjoyed taking you behind the scenes here at the 2018 SEMA Show in Las Vegas. I'm Mike Caudill.
And I'm Nick Miles, and please join us again next year for 2019.